Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome in, everyone. Should be the last save. We're on the final storyline, Jumi. And it says to do default map. And place home 1 up. By the way, I'm holding L1 to skip the animation. You can do that in Remastered. Skip the artifact drop animation. So I'm going to be going kind of slow. I mean, if I remember what to do, I'll go kind of fast. But definitely between events, I'm going to be like double and triple checking things against the guide. I've forgotten a lot of events, so I might have to pause and look at routes and stuff. So it's going to be kind of like a slow speed run where I refresh and derust and get back into the game. and important thing is going to be like making sure my guide is nice and tight and accurate. But yeah, I'm answering questions, so if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask in chat. And yeah. First thing you always do is change the mode. So we're on the final one, so we're on No Future. If you're not familiar with No Future, it is the most difficult setting. It's the most difficult New Game Plus setting. There's 3. First one is normal. Second one is Nightmare. A bit stronger. Enemies are a little bit stronger. And then Pretty sure no future is max. Everyone's max. So I think we'll double check, but I think everybody's like level 99. So it's rough. And our hammer is like, it's really not all it could be. It's 643, which is super strong, but you know, no future. Enemies are gonna be real strong. So we'll be doing a lot of power cancels, less spins. It's gonna take a while to kill these enemies. But there's not as many enemies in this story as there are in some of the others. The story has a lot of events where it's just talking and making different selections and whatnot. So we're in the library and just hit left twice. Go to the Forbidden Tome. And you have to answer things this way. Do you wish to live in peace? No. Would you like a nightmare? No. If we were to say yes, we would get nightmare mode. Do you want to have a future? No, because you want to select no future. No future. Ooh, scary. We'll check enemy levels, but they're going to be high. Like I said, I think they're 99. We're done with that. Let's go, Retro. Welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. Right? Well, I do have world record in this category, but I am looking to get an even newer one. Yes, definitely less than 616. Eventually, I'd love to get a sub 6. It can definitely be done. So yeah, that's the goal. World record or unfollow. Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. So we leave. Pretty much always do the same thing here. We're not picking up Polterbugs. No, we're not messing with Polterbugs this time. Talk to Sproutling. I knew that. Receive your first artifact. Leave. Dude, never. Never ever, homie. I'm not a celebrity by any stretch. That's very kind of you to say. But I know you say a lot of things tongue-in-cheek, so... We wouldn't be friends if we didn't bust each other's chops. Yeah. You guys definitely need to go follow Retro Rescue, by the way. Retro Rescue 901 on YouTube. Same with Kick. I think the same on Twitch. But he normally... He pretty much solely streams on Kick. But he's in charge of Virtual Racing League, VRL. And that has a YouTube, which is really strong. Kind of new. Strong YouTube. A lot of uploads. Go check it out. Join the hype. You can join Virtual Racing League for free. It's welcome to anyone, any level. But gives you opportunity to dip your toe in the speedrunning pool, if you will, and learn retro games at any level, and just a lot of good camaraderie, racing, Chivo run, retro achievement runs, just good stuff all around. Very kind. Yeah, so let's see if we did this right. We did this right. Good to drop home 1 up. Yep, and so we're at a corner to... We're diagonally southeast of that pool of water. And it says to drop color blocks which turns into Domino. Game always starts this way. Drop home, you start with home, you drop it, and then Sproutling gives you Domino, and you kind of go from there. Kind of build your own world. So this is telling us to drop color blocks one right of home. And that's accurate to the map. I've seen some discrepancies in this guide, so I'm just double checking everything. Again, I'm holding down L1 to skip the animation. Only do this on remaster. I'm going to enter Domino. We are going to talk to El Azul and recruit him. We're going to talk to Nick. Get the wheel, but then we're going to end up ditching Nick. That's Nick, Niccolo. The way to recruit El Azul is to hit the second option 3 times. And you get the Jade Egg. Jade Egg is another artifact. To recruit Nick, oh, we're ditching El Azul for Nick, because you can't get the wheel, which is yet another artifact, unless you have Niccolo with you. So the way to get Nick is to say no, so that you sound brave, and then say yes. Twice. El Azul will leave. But you've already got the Jade Egg. That was our purpose, was to get the Jade Egg. I'm gonna go talk to Tipo. El Azul's gonna try to get back with us. We're gonna say no. Tipo's down here. And all you gotta do is talk to Tipo along with Nick. Actually, you talk to Tipo, but Nick does all the talking. Retro and I are gonna go to a con in Missouri. It's gonna be awesome. Retro con. We got the wheel. Now we can leave. Now we have 2 artifacts. We're leaving Domino with 2 artifacts. So our next step is to place the wheel below Domino. Do Niccolo's Business Unusual 1. And that checks out on the map. Holding L to skip animations. And enter the highway. Fight a bunch of bad guys. Fight a bunch of enemies. Alright, now, if we hit start, you can see that even this close to home, because in this game, the further you are away from home, the stronger the enemies get. So in a normal game, or even in a nightmare game, these guys will be pretty low level. But since we're in no future, everything's 99, everything's maxed out. So these guys are going to be tough, and I wouldn't dare spin on these guys. I mean, could be wrong, and I'm going to watch Beamer and Bonuses runs too. But I'm going to power cancel these guys. They're going to be strong, dude. Watch how many hits it's going to take. It's going to take a bunch of hits. Yeah, me too, me too. Oh, that's great, man. Yeah, I'm so stoked. Okay, here we go. Oh, it only took 2 hits. 3 hits. So maybe I could spin, but the thing about spinning is you risk. Try spinning. You don't want to hear that noise because you get dizzied, as you can see. What happened? Takes so much longer. Just make your way through the highway, killing enemies. We have Blammo now, so we're going to use that. Could one-shot everything. Blammo's extremely powerful for a low level, but it never one-shots. It never one-shots this one. You can see, Tobin Hoods are tanks. Pick up as much money as you can, and I'll explain why later. And we're gonna have Blammo more often than not because it takes so many hits on the enemy. Blammo again here. Good one shot. Oh, and it didn't. Wow. Different monster, bro. Welcome to No Future. Okay, I'm gonna do a little thing here. Normally, if you just enter this next area, Nick will slowly walk to me. You'll be able to run towards the enemy, and Nick will slowly walk. It's really slow. But if you do a little walk up and down first, he'll run. So you get to see me try to do that. And this is the Mantis Ant. First boss. Gonna power cancel the heck out of him. Didn't take too many hits. Ideally, you synchro with Nick here. And you get more money than that. Get 3 extra coins or something like that. And then you have enough money to skip a little bit of text. Because he's going to ask for money or something. In exchange for... He's going to ask for 3,000. We get it? Wait. Oh. Okay. So, because we've been playing this game already, we have a ton of money. So you automatically get, it's called Nick or Dip or what's it called? Automatically get it here because you just have a ton of money. But in the single categories in Dragon Percent, you would try to do that. You would try to synchro with Nick as you're killing Mantis Ant. Kind of hard to do. Because it's kind of random. Never really know where Nick's going to be. You can get it. And it's nice. A couple of seconds. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is place the flame. This is the most boring event in the game. Place the flame below the highway, it says. Verify that that's actually true. Map says it's true. Hold down L1 to skip animation. But we're not done. We're going to place the medallion below that. If that's true. It is. Medallion is the jungle. It's the bottom of the map. I'm gonna enter Grotto Grottos. So no battles. Well, there's one battle. I think there's one battle in this. Mostly a dialogue-heavy event where you advance storyline. This event is done in other categories, but it's in this category. It's actually part of the story, part of the Jumi storyline. Because the Flame of Hope actually refers to a red gemstone core in this guy named Ruben. The ruby core. In Jumi, they have core in their chest. It's like their life essence, like their heart. And they've been persecuted and killed for the gems. People will kill the Jumi, extract their core, leave them dead. So that's what this whole storyline's about. Persecuted people named the Jumis. We'll see Ruben here in a little bit. I'm gonna go turn the heat down. It's quite hot. Abnormally cold, but that heat was just a little too much. We're less than a week away from spring. There's Ruben up there in the top left. So after this, I guess we're going to get the Torch of Coral. Which I think the Torch of Coral is Medora Beach. Either that or Palpata. I think it's Medora Beach. A lot of dialogue. We're basically bouncing back and forth between the... What's this place called? Whatever this place is called. And then that That's what it's called. Cliff Terrace for dialogue. After this, we're gonna watch Ruben get killed, and we're gonna go back to that. I can't remember the name of that. Chapel thing. And that'll pretty much be it. We'll finish up the event. Something of something. I'm so rusty. I haven't played this game in a year minimum. I've forgotten everything. Not everything, but like I would say like I've forgotten like 40% these events. Last stream we did, last Legend of Mana stream we did the dragon storyline. Most of it I was pretty good on, but several of the events I completely forgot what to do. Like the flames, I completely forgot where to go. I had to revisit that. I had to revisit how to do trap skip, which was a skip that was found several years ago. Pretty amazing. It skips like most of the flames. You can go straight to Tiamat and fight them. Yeah, for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of this. I forgot to look and see what it was first time. Cool. Okay, done with all that. Temple of Healing. Temple of Healing. Like I said, there is one battle. You can skip this battle if you stay tight to the right. It's a moldy goo. You're gonna fight like 3 slimes. 2 slimes and whatever this is. Everything is level 9. So yeah, the reason this is called All Stories, All Difficulties is because you start off with a fairy story on normal, and you watch the credits, save, reload your save, and you do the dragon story on nightmare mode. You watch the credits, save, load that save, and do the Jumi story on no future mode. So all stories, all difficulties. So yeah, we're gonna get the Torch of Coral. I'm gonna place that right of Domino. It says 2 up, 1 right, but some of these have been wrong, so I'm going to verify that that's true. So, yeah, we got the Torch of Coral. So 2 up, 1 right. 1. And it says to place it to the right of Domino, so that's true. Holding L to skip the animation, and that is Medora Beach. So we're going to go right back into Gato to do Nyx 2, Piccolo's Business Unusual 2, which is just coming in here, talking to Nick. We're going to go back to the waterfall area. really short event. You get 500 lucre. That's that event. You get a green bulb on a broken doll, which is junkyard. Done. Alright, we're going to place the junkyard left of Gato. We're at Gato right now, so tap left. And we're going to enter and do Infernal Doll. Pretty straightforward. We navigate through the junkyard, which is kind of confusing. You got to know where to go or you're going to get lost. And fight a few enemies, fight a boss, and you're done. Really cool area though. The lore is that these toys were used in a battle. Like the remnants of all those dudes. Fight a moldy goo, and then fight the boss. One hit. So hopefully we have a blammo. I hope. I always blammo these guys. Yep, we do. Should one-shot them. Money is like very difficult to pick up. It's forever. Get the Tome of Magic, which is Geo, Moon's Mirror. Geo is a core area in this category, this story, where we'll be spending a lot of time in Geo. Basically a magical university for wizards. So we're gonna actually next we're gonna place, let me just double check, we're gonna place Tome Magic, which is Geo, 3 up, 1 right. Let's verify that. 1, 2, 4. So it should be above Dominant. True. Above Dominant. True. Drop that. Next, we're going to drop the Moon's Mirror 1 down, 2 left. Should be left of home, and yes, Moon's Mirror is Tower of Leers. True. Next, we're going to drop the Ancient Tablet 2 down, left of Junkyard. True. Yep. Should be the ruins. And that's it. And then we're going to enter the ruins and do Tea Time of Danger. This is one of those I was a little rusty on. I think I have it down now, though. There's normally not 4 enemies here, but because it's no future, they dropped 4 enemies. They dropped 2 extra birds. And yeah, I'm not worrying too much about how to fight these guys yet, because I need to watch some of my old run or some other people's runs, because you can utilize Blammo. We're gonna have Blammo more often than not, oops, because of all the hits we're doing. And so that otter looking thing, this is where I would just want to do, oh, but I lost it. Oh, jeez. You gotta come up with a completely new strategy of how to kill these guys, because it's so different than your normal run. You have more enemies, they're all level 99, you can't just spin on everything. What I'll probably do is watch Lemurs run. Well, I should watch both Fonus and Lemurs run. Fonus's run is better than Lemurs, but Lemur is a better runner. But I think he's only done one run of this. He might not have spent a ton of time figuring out how to kill everything in No Future. Basically, I always talk to the left flowerling. That was the left flowerling, so pretty easy to remember. These guys can get in your way. Now we're going to talk to this flowering, and it's going to open up, what's this place called? Inside the structure, I can't remember. Alright, that's pretty easy. Some enemies are harder than other enemies because of the way we tempered our weapon. Noctiara. These guys, if you can't counter-strike, one shot. Gotta be lined up right. Okay, I'm gonna fight Davila. Shouldn't take long. Davila is like a vampire. Hey, good evening, Tyler. Welcome in. How are you, man? We're on the final story. Took us about 3 streams, maybe 4 streams. We're gonna still need a ton of practice, but yeah, much less rusty. Okay, here we go. Wow, one hit. It all depends on the enemy's mana spirit resistances. That's why I'm one-shotting some, and some are taking like 4 or 5 hits. Even though we have a 643 damage weapon. Sounds strong, but some of the mana spirits we put into this hammer don't jive with some of the enemies. They're strong to it. All right, so we now are going to place the Jade Egg above the ruin. Verify that that's true. Yes, Echo Caverns. And we're going to enter the tower and leave. So that is untrue. It's true that we're going to enter the tower and leave, but it's not 1 up. It is 1 up. Never mind, I just didn't see it. So that's true. No, it's 2 up. 2 up. So I'm going to change the guide to say 2 up. Oh, but I got to make sure I can edit. 2 up. This is why I'm going slow. Things are good, just working. Big huge. Yep, sounds good, man. Good to have work. Well, thanks for being here, man. So we're going to enter and leave. Why do we do that? We often enter and leave areas for various reasons. It usually has to do with locking a character into place so you save text boxes, or there's various reasons. I couldn't tell you the specific reason here. It has to do with Pearl, I'm sure. I'm not talking to her, we're just internally. We're gonna enter Mecca. This is a that we always do during Dragon category. A few battles and then the boss. It won't take long. Four hits. I'll see why we can't around here. Probably faster. And just takes so long. Oh, we got dizzy. I think that answer. Wow. We're on New Future mode. Every enemy is level 99. Alright, this is doing, we should be able to one-shot him or close to that with the counter-strike. That's what we're going to try to do. Try to, don't have control right away. Small period of time before you can take control, and you see visual cues that you're blinking a little bit. You see the character blink, fade in and out. That means you don't yet have control. So kicked us, but it went right through us. Okay, and then we have to do a certain thing here to minimize text. What's a core? Fastest way to less text than choosing the first option. So the next step is to oh, you know what? I messed up there. I was supposed to do the lower boink to teleport. So when we first walked in, there were 2 boinks. They're pink. I could have just talked to the lower one to save a little bit of time. We'll try to do that next time. Alright, we're going to place the rusty anchor left of Mekiv. And we're going to verify that that's true. Palpata Harbor, that looks right. Then we're gonna place the firefly lamp left to that. Should be Lumina. Yep. Then we're gonna place the stone eye above Lumina. Yep, and that's the lake. And we are going to enter Palpata Harbor. One down right? Yep, that's true. We're going to do Drowned Dream. There's another one with no battles. No battles, just talking. And actually, I might forget some of the stuff to do here. In fact, I'm certain I'm going to forget. But let's see if I can remember. You come up here, walk in here, talk to the one on the right, come to Seaside Hotel, blah blah blah. I can help. Pretty sure we're gonna go here. Here. Just says do Drowned Dream. Here. Come up here and talk to this soldier, Thomas Toma. Ask about the ghost. Hope that's the right line. I'm pretty sure it is. Because that's what, there's a ghost in the inn, in the hotel or whatever they're concerned about, and they're concerned about customers not wanting to stay there. We're gonna give them help with that. We're supposed to talk to this guy. Here's where I don't know what to do, but I think I go right. Talk to him a bunch of times. Ask about the basket fish. Three times, I think. That's right. Okay, so it's time for me to... Where I get the... So we are on okay, so a little bit different. Okay, a little bit different order, but here it is. Oh, this doesn't give me all the steps. It's dumb. Well... I noticed on Dragon too, was missing some stuff. We should have a guide for brand new people that need every single step. They don't, that's dumb. Yeah, what the heck? That's dumb. What's a new runner supposed to do? You're gonna have to watch the run. That's dumb. Now I gotta pull up a run. Might as well watch the English run. Of course, the order's different. He's playing in Japanese. Yeah. The soldier, that's what, just as I figured. And then he leaves, so that's your visual cue, is if you did everything right, he leaves, you're gonna go down this way, and you're gonna watch a cutscene. Now, I think we leave. Verify that. Either that or we talk to the penguin. Put this on S speed. Oh. Hold on now. Yeah, that's fine. It's just that what's his face is there. Yeah, we leave. Leave. Pretty sure we come back out here. Watch a cut. Yeah. Between him and Boyd. Toma and Boyd are gonna talk. I'm almost certain they're left. Verify. I didn't know Japanese was the fastest here. When you talk to the French. I'm sorry, you talked to Toma. Pretty much mashing the rest of this event. Lore is here that these soldiers are on Deathbringer's ship. Deathbringer is a boss we fight in the Dragon Percent run. Say Dragon Percent, we're actually just dropped a straw poll in the server asking people whether or not we should drop percent on the stories. I'm pretty sure we're gonna drop them because it's like 6-2 dropping it. So instead of Dragon Percent, it's just gonna be called Dragon. The way it is for the OG disc runs. That'll be nice and consistent. And yeah, pretty much save percentages for any percent or 100% or low percent. Other than that, drop the percent. That's what speedrun wants anyways. I think that's how we're gonna proceed. Yep, so that went pretty smooth. I pretty much knew what to do and I just wanted to not screw up. Verified everything, so that's good. That should be nice and fresh. Next step. Leaving the guide up anyways in case you have more questions. Hopefully I'm leaving both the front and the guide up. But yeah, I need to point that out to somebody that we don't have a beginner Jimmy guide. That's kind of, in my opinion, not acceptable. Because we have a detailed guide for the rest of the categories. So I know one exists, so it's a matter of re-updating that. So the next step is to enter Lumina and do Fairy's Light. Now that one I'm familiar with because we've already had to do it in Dragon. We're just gonna go here in our Lumina. This is a great event. You guys are gonna love it. It's gorgeous. The visuals, the music, it's really great. No battles though. Come up here. We get to learn Dub Bear language. Dud Bear. So the story here is that Monique is a lamp shop owner. She's a creative. She just likes to be creative. She doesn't care about money. Gilbert is a bard. He's like a horny bard. And he goes around and constantly trying to talk to women. Wants to help you to get Monique to be with him. He's going to help her sell some of her lamps, but we're going to help him because he's lazy. So we just got 3 lamps. We use many of the categories we use the selling of those lamps to purchase things in this area. We're not going to do that this time. Get a lot of money. Get like $3,000 or more from selling all the lamps. So if we talk to this cafe owner here, this bar owner, he'll teach us the Dub Bear language, which you can see here. Dada, Gag, Bub, Dub. So there's a pattern here. This is 2113. Sold a lamp. Need to sell 2 more. And down here, this is 1113. I also do 2213 for the first one, but it's slower. Verify that we don't need to spend any money. Now that we spent the money, we go talk to Gilbert. Pretty much that's the end of it. Yeah, great music, great artwork. Especially this part, this music here. So after this, we'll remember if we get any. Might get the Sand Rose here. But either way, we're going to place the Sand Rose right of Lake Kelma. I'm going to go ahead preemptively verify that. One up right or right of Lake Kelma. Yep, that's both true. See what we get. So yeah, it turns out the Dub Bears really like the lamps and they're coming to let her know. It makes her feel good about herself. Paid a lot of money for them. I doubt she would have charged as much. Gilbert at that price. Trembling Spoon and the Sand. The Trembling Spoon is actually Underworld, which is, I won't mess with it here, but it's part of the Dragon storyline. And Rose right at Lake Kelma. We're not going in there. That we are, but we're gonna leave. We're gonna talk to Kathinja and leave. Again, we do that a lot. To replace, talk to someone and leave, usually to lock them in place. To something getting people where we want them to be, or to reduce text. So what we're gonna do, talk to her one time, not much happens, and you can just leave. Talk to her a second time, she'll ask for it. So we did that. We're tower. Now this I'm going to need help with because tower is very confusing. Once you learn how to do it, it's not bad. I should say one right. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get lost as heck. So I'm going to need to watch this run. So I'm going to pull up Luna's run. Just talk to Pearl. Shouldn't be watching this run. I should be watching bonuses, all story, all difficulty, because we might not bring Pearl with us because she's slow. In fact, I'm pretty certain we won't bring her with us. But though, I think I made less mistakes. I'm gonna watch my run. Trust me, even though it wasn't perfect. You're way towards the end. Here we are. I put it on double speed. Okay, so we do not bring her. So let's answer in a way that will make that happen. Feels like blah blah blah. I feel like the tower's falling, I have to go. Stop her. So we're gonna stop her. I'm sorry. And go on her own, then we're gonna take off. I know for sure. Go right here. And then left. These are one shots. It's nice. Left again. There you can go. See what happens when we spin. Yeah, that's not bad. Spinning smart. Learn from the best. Watch yourself. Yeah, no, it's been so long I did this run that I can't remember how tight my run was, even though it was a good run. But I should be able to tell if I make a mistake. But it makes sense that we didn't bring Jade with us because she's very slow. She doesn't battle, she can only heal or something. And she's just gonna slow us down. Here we have to go right. Left, I'm pretty sure. Should be able to spin on these guys. Perfect. 3 items is nice. Anytime you get an item instead of money or experience, it's a lot faster to pick up. Mini humans, like this duck, are always a lot stronger than everybody else. I just have the power piece of that guy. Basically, I'm not looking at the guide now because it's like linear, so like wrong. So here is a room where I don't know what. You might go in this door. Basically, when you go, yeah, we go in the door and we talk to the crystal. That's going to change up the tower. Yeah, that's how you don't get lost in this game, in this level. By talking to the crystal, we change up the floors. We skip floors, like we're able to like get up the tower faster. We're basically climbing this tower. It's got a bunch of levels, and you get super lost if you don't talk to the crystal. You might not even be able to advance. Some of this muscle memory I'm remembering. Wow. 4 hits. It all depends. Linear. Stairs linear. Only place I can go. Okay, we're on the 7th floor, so we're getting up there. A couple of spins on these guys. I may do Blammo. Blammo may be the preferred method. Oh yeah, he can turn us to... Oh, I'm dead. So it happens because they are level 99. In this game, if you die in battle, you don't die, just start over. Ah, I bet you start over here. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a Blammo because it's just too risky. And these guys are all very strong. 2 demi-humans and this guy can turn into stone. Blammo him. Of course, it's a ton forever. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Just... Okay. Mirror. Yep, 3 spins. That's how we should. Time there's multiple enemies, spinning is a good choice, but you have to be careful because if you don't do it right, you can get dizzy. Okay, that's probably smart. Spin there because it only took like 3 or 4 times. I think we go down here. See if I Blammo these guys. And, oh. Yep, I Blammo them. Nope, it's smart. And a bunch of... what do we get this point? And I'll make 2, right? Good. Okay, so yes, what we're going to do is come down and enter the door again and talk to the crystal again. Almost done. I don't want to talk to the crystal twice though. If you do though, you just... I think we go right. No, we go left. Yeah, I think you always go left. There is a system to this. I think one of the rules is always go left if you're unsure. When you're coming out of those. At least when you're coming out of those. Okay, so here, I think we just talk to the door. Yep, we talk to the door. What do you say to him? I think we pick the second option. Here, talk to the door. Oh, I know why we say no. Because it slows you down to have him with us. We're just gonna battle someone. Alright, so this is actually a really cool boss, the Iron Centaur. And I think we have a chance to counter-strike him, but it depends on what he does. I think we're going to start out like we did with Dwayne, and it's going to be like, we're going to have to wait to take control. He might hit us and miss us because we're not yet in battle. Oh, see, that's what you want, is for him to swing at you. Should have done it on the first time. Anybody ever tries to swing at you, just counter-strike. If we stood on the right spot, we shouldn't, move much. The old FF rule, left is right, right is wrong. Right? No. Already know. Yeah, so basically, pretty linear. After talking to the crystal, always go left. Yeah, other than that, you just need to know a few doors you need to skip. Basically, it doesn't look like we divert into any of the doors. So that's pretty straightforward. I probably could have figured it out with my muscle memory, but I didn't want to take a chance. Now we did. We're gonna fight one more boss. Basically, we go down now, but I think it takes a lot less time because what we're gonna do is fall off of a. We're gonna go right this time. So this would be different because this isn't a crystal door. So we don't go left, we go right. What we're going to do is, we're going to fall through this hole right here. That's going to save us some time. But then what do? We go left. Oops, yep, no. Missed it on my run. There we go, left. Up the stairs, near. And tuck to the crystal. So we're going to go left. Stairs. The other thing that's hard about this game is you will enter a door or a pathway. Say you enter something from going right. You would assume that the next screen you would be going right, but it's not always true. Sometimes you go left. It's really confusing. So this is not an example of that, but you will see those. We're going to talk to the crystal. Which means we're probably going left. And then I think that's it. And then it's yeah, cool. Alright, here we go. After leaving the crystal door, always go left. That's for sure. We have no choice but to have Pearl with us now. The rest is many. Alright, couple of rights and a left, and we're out of here. Spin on these guys. See how we went up there, but now we're going right. It can be a little. That's how you want to kill them. All three at the same. But it depends on what they do. It is. So what you're gonna do is and act like you're leaving. Note will drop, and that procs the boss. Now, these, you're going to fight a bunch of these things. I can't remember what they're called, but you do have a chance to counter-strike them, so we'll see how a battle goes. Dual Beast. And that's how you do it. So you can kind of proc a, not proc, right? Or you can, do you want to stand right there? You can kind of get, I don't know the right words, I'm just going to say you can get the enemy to swing at you. And can't think of the right words, but you can get them to swing at you, and that's when you counter-strike. Counter-strike is the strongest ability in the game. I can't remember the damage percentage it does, but it really owns. Okay, so that's that event. So the next thing, enter home and exit home. We do this to advance the story, fully understand it. But we do a lot of entering and leaving places. Somehow, then for us. Now we're going to enter Domino, one right, which is cool. We're going to speak to Elazul at the pub. He's going to give us something to do. He's concerned about Pearl. Pretty sure we offered to go with him. Perfect. Recruited. Options. 2 and then 1. Then we leave Domino. Alright, so should end up at Geo on Aura. So there's 6 days of the week. Bean, Salamander, Aura, Gnome, Gin, Dragon. That's like saying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Saturday. So, what con are you thinking about going? I don't know the name of it. I could get back to you on it. But it's a retro convention where you'll be able to buy retro consoles, retro games, and I'm sure there's a lot of other cool stuff going on. But I'm going with a friend, Retro Rescue, who one of his jobs is to purchase retro equipment, fix it up, and sell it. So this is part of his livelihood, and graciously invited me to go with him, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't have a lot of money, but hopefully I can find something cool to bring back with me. You know, it'd be cool to find some cool game, some good deal. Might be some cool posters, stickers I come back with too. End up at Geo on. Remember, you need to enter Geo on Dryad or Aura. So it's very important that we enter Geo on Dryad or Aura. So right now it's Salamander. And we're going to enter Geo, which is 1 up. So that means we're going to enter on Aura, which is... We want to enter on a particular day of the week so we can start this event right away. I'm a little rusty on this, but all of the instructions are here, which is great. We're going to talk to Esmeralda. She's in here. The music here is great. Okay. And then we're gonna go to the inn and sleep. We're gonna change the day of the week. First, we're gonna talk to Esmeralda. She'll be in the classroom because it's Aura. Classroom's up here. I think it's right. Yep, and there she is. Talk to her. She's gonna tell us to come back on a particular day. I'm gonna study today. Let's meet at the library some other time. Maybe on Gnome or Undine. We're gonna meet on Undine because it's faster than meeting on Gnome, I suspect. The very next day. We're only gonna sleep at the inn one day. Okay, so part of why I now realize why we entered and left the desert, I think, but I know for sure that there is a person in that classroom that will talk our head off if he's there, and probably by entering something, saying something we did, we locked them in the event, and now they're not there to talk to us. That's an example of what this stuff. So the inn is right through here. Talk to sleep at the inn, you say, stay, sure. Gonna pop us back out here, and it's no. So not Undine. So I need to go back to my video because that's a little confusing. Nice, sounds like a fun time. Hopefully find something, but I'm sure the experience, it's true. Yeah, just going is going to be a really great experience. I'll try to take photos. Maybe I can post those. Yeah, I'll definitely post those on X. I'll let you guys know when I do that. So let's go ahead and find this. So here's me talking to Esmeralda. I didn't catch what day we came in on. See, it all depends on what day you come in on, and if your step count's right. So like, if you mess step counts, so to speak, meaning steps you take on the world map. So like, if you mess up a day, you're gonna have to like try to fix that. So this run, we go to the inn, and we sleep. No. So I'm doing everything the way I did it in the run. But then, okay, that's fine. Gnome or Undine. It's just the guide is. So this is not Undine. This is Gnome. Actually, I'm not going to change it yet. I'm just going to put in parentheses Gnome question mark. And she'll be in the library again. I'm sorry, that's the classroom. She'll be in the library. We have to make sure we say the right things here. It just says 1, so that means we pick the first option. It must only be one option. We could just mash. I'm not gonna mispress first option. They asked us a question, we're going to say no one. Oh. Are you looking for someone? Yes. As you wish. cores synced up. They're both Jimmy, so they both have cores. Elazul has a... not sure what it is. But Esmeralda has an emerald. He's green. Oh, can't remember what else. Maybe it's Lapis? Lapis Knight. I don't know. We're gonna sleep at the inn again. Okay, so it pops us out here. Sleep at the inn. Now it's gonna be Jin. Again. He needs to be in the classroom. So I'm gonna go back to the classroom and see if she's there. If she's not, we need to sleep at the end. Might be off. Monday. There. I'm gonna put Jin in print. Oops. So since it's Jin, and we go in. No, we need to go in. It's confusing, and this is why I'm doing this slowly to fix the guide. Alright, so it's Dryad. See what I do in the guide. Here we are in the library. Pick option 1. Pops us out. We're gonna go to sleep. And it's gonna be Jin. I mean, it's gonna be whatever I just said. Jin. So, perfect. Should be able to go right back to classroom. Yep. Okay. That is all messed up. Breakthroughs. True. Okay, I see. Man, am I confused. Supposedly. Could be that I messed this up. Triad. Triad. If we again get to go to the library. Basically go back and forth between the library and the classroom. Convene. Should be able to go to the library. I have to go in and change this. See if we can twice. I hate this part. It's really. Once you get it, but it's like, it's been so long since I've done it. So here's where we're going to be asked to be a protector of her. Yeah. Well, Elazul's going to be her knight. Elazul, you already have a guardian, right? So knights and guardians aren't lovers. Safety of one guardian stuff, blah blah blah. Right. Yeah, that's why to be my knight. I'm going to be her knight. Because the way it works, the lore is that since Jumi are being hunted, and they have that core that everyone wants, they have a knight to protect them, to kind of hang out with them, and like if any trouble comes, the knight will protect. So can't remember the terminology, but since Elazul is a knight for Pearl, he's already got his hands full, so I'm going to be a knight for Esmeralda so that she can be protected. I'm going to say that knighthood. Esmeralda. Third text. Elazul. Yeah, third text. I don't know. I was supposed to talk to somebody. Where do we look? Option. Now she's with me. We're going to look in a few spots for some hidden cores. So principal's office is the first one. And that is up here. This might be... Yeah. That's one of the in and outs we did, was to like... Because there's a dude in here that will talk your ear off if you don't lock him away. So that's... She's going to come in here and find a core. Search for it. Found it. I think we say feet. Yeah, option 1. Then we're going to go to the jewelry store. I think you just mash. And then we go to the inn behind the counter. Talk to Tifa. Another core in here. It's in this plant. And we talk to him from the front. Stay the night. And this might be Salamander. So these days are all jacked up. That or I missed. See, here's the thing: is you can enter on Aura or Dryad. And it almost seems like this guide was written for coming in on Dryad, which doesn't seem to be optimal. I think I went in on the optimal day, which is Aura, and the days are going to change depending on when you come in. I think you have to sleep at the end. You sleep at the end less. You come in on the right day. So now it's Salamander. Huh. And this guide is all messed up. Doesn't even make sense. Palace of the Arts, talk to Christy. No. Yeah, something got messed up here. This is... No, that's right, that's right. Palace of the Arts? Huh. It's been so long. Let's see. Oh yeah, Palace of the Arts. So, let's see if Salamander's the correct day. You should be able to come up here. Palace of the Arts. You're here. We're going to talk to Christy. There's a core in the basement. So... Cool. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, I'm trying to find out when we gain control. Oh, never mind. We just auto go down there and mash through this. We're going to come down here and we're going to talk. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk to her. Diana? Diamond? So the names kind of mimic what they are, right? Diana is a diamond, Pearl is pearl, Esmeralda is emerald, so on and so forth. Ruben is ruby. An easy way to tell what core is. We're gonna just talk to her. I don't think there's any options. There might be. But we need to know when to leave. We need to know when we gain control. Cool, we found all 3 gems. That's it. So as soon as she say, I found it, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so now we go to the inn and sleep. Storage room, principal's office. Ready. That's not where it is. Yeah, but we don't need to sleep anymore. So I'll have to re-type this up. The thing here is, Tipo doesn't understand Jumi's plight, and so he hid the core. Now she's telling him about the whole thing, people stealing, killing Jumis for their core. And it's like really sad. You can see him crying. The teapot, so like all his water's coming, crying. Like, oh, I feel so bad. So pretty sure now we just finish things up by once we head to the academy. There'll be a scene with Boyd, and we go back to the Palace of the Arts and go to the basement, talk to Diana, and then we fight a boss, and then it's over. So in the guide, I'm gonna highlight Aura. That's the day you want. It was really easy going in. Yeah, I can fix some of this other stuff later, but as long as you go in on Aura, really easy. A little bit complicated when you're doing it for the first time. Once you know what to do, basically you just go to the classroom, Noma Undine, and then on the other days you go to the library, go back and forth until you become her knight, and then you search for the gem, and then you fight the boss. So anytime a note drops, that's Alexandra. She's the dual thief. She's the bad guy in this. And yeah, it's not so bad, but it does. At first, it is. It's like, what? Because like, yeah, there's 6 days of the week, and depending on what day it is, Esmeralda's going to be in one of 2 rooms, right? So you just want to sleep. You just want to enter on the right day. You want to sleep at the end as less as possible to advance the days, to see her alternating between classroom and library. Yeah, but yeah, it's like, what? Okay, so now I think we just leave. Yeah. I think we have to talk to Diana. Yeah, we'll come up and talk to her. If you're looking for that kid, she went down to the storeroom. Oh, yeah, I think you have to talk to her. I should have verified that. I should have tried to go to the storeroom first. But you gotta get this cutscene. And then here you want to say the right thing. Say no matter what, or something like that. No matter what. And it warps you to the basement and we fight this guy. So it's yet another jewel beast. We're going to try to counter-strike. It's the fastest way to kill it. We'll see what we get. I'm going to let do it. See what happens. Wasn't lined up right. So it's 3 or 4 power cancels, or you could do a single counter strike if it presents itself. And that's it. We just mashed through the rest of this. Whew. That's rough. That's lucky Clover. Might have to come back in there one day. The all events where we come back in there. That might be it for Geo. I mean, I have to go back to Geo. Okay, so the next thing to do is to enter home. It moves us there automatically, so all we gotta do is mash X. Enter home, Elazul after 1 text box. Talk to Elazul. I'm gonna say not yet. And then we're gonna, let's find her. That's gonna start Cosmo. Leave home. Looks like we got Elazul in tow. Gonna be a cutscene. We're gonna have to leave home again. It's a weird thing that happens. We already left home. I'm pretty sure after the see, I didn't touch any buttons. Automatically enters home. I'll leave again. The thing. We're gonna place the frozen heart. There's a really cool snow area below home. Verify that that's true. Is. Again, we're going to enter and leave. And this locks one of the professors in there. One of the Geo professors. Yeah, to start this event we would go talk to him, but we're not going to do that. That guy we want to stay in the snowfields. That's called Fiag Snowfield. We're going to enter the cavern and do Cosmo. So this time we are going to talk to the North Boink. Boinks are really cool. They're a warp, and they say boink when you talk to them. So look at them. They've got like 6 legs. And this is butt. Boink butt. They have a boink butt emote. Boink. Warp us. Upright. Ow. So all of those things get 3 power cancel. We're gonna talk to this. Where's Pearl? Right, boss. Okay. So Pearl's going to turn into Black Pearl, which is pretty cool. She's going to have this really cool hammer that has like an aquatic to it. And Pearl Synchro, Black Pearl Synchro is really cool too. If you synchro with her, your ST bar automatically fills up to full. So technically we could synchro with her and do a blammo, but it's faster just to try to get a and that's the end of that. That's the end of that. And it's going to warp us home. Enter home, and we're going to despawn Elazul by going up and down the stairs 6 times. And I'll show you guys what that means. And here she goes, Black Pearl. Messed it up because I wasn't standing in the right spot. And then Pearl knocked him away from us. But look at her hammer, dude. That. Getting close to the end. Oh yeah. Eventually we need to talk to where are the jewels. Alright, here we go. So Elazul's depressed because stuff. Pearl. We need to get him out of bed. So we're gonna count to 6. Then we're headed back to the tower, but this time we're just heading to the top of the tower and then we're done. We don't have to come back down. So we're going to enter the house. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, And that should be it. If we were to go up the stairs one more time, he wouldn't be there. Alright, so now we enter the tower, which should be one left. We should remember how to get. See if we can remember. I talk to Elazul, and after 2 text boxes, we're going to choose the second option, which is go with him. Oops. Always go left after you talk to the crystal. Alright, we have a cutscene. When we leave, we'll fight Black Pearl. And the fastest kill is a counter-strike. So we're hoping to get a counter-strike in. Elzul ruined it. That's the other thing, is your NPC can ruin things for you. Okay. Enter and leave home. Huzzah! We did it! Okay, so we're gonna enter Domina. Little sorcerers, which is really easy. First we'll go to the pub. One of my favorite areas because I'm a big fan of horror and Halloween. Pumpkin patches are cool. Battle can be really hard though. Ideally we're gonna get some counter strikes in. This is not going well. I've had a perfect little sorcerers though where I counter-struck them both beautifully. You say first go to the pub, I think you mean always go to the pub regardless of which game you're playing. 100%. Go get a beer. First go to the pub. Things will be a lot easier. Here again, we're going to have to leave home, or we're going to have to leave Domina even though we already left it. We just have 3 more events. Not counting Cage of Dreams and Legend of Mana. 3 more story events. Domina again, even though we already left it. The Shining. I love that movie and that book. The movie is very different than the book, but the series that came out after that more is a lot closer to the book. But yeah, Jack Torrance. So we are going to enter G. Go to the basement. Oops. This is basically me and Pearl looking for a little lore here. If you look in this room, there are statues, and you can see that all of these statues are from Trials of Mana. For second in Setsu 3? 2 or 3. But if you guys are familiar with that, you should recognize some of the statues in there. You got the girl on the left, the dude there, and then a couple of, you just check them all out. I can't remember their names, but yeah, look pretty cool. What are the options here? 1, try not to worry. No, I mean, Christy. So the first key, we're looking for 3 keys. The first one's at the entrance. It'd be a lot easier to walk if you. It could be hard to. You see how I'm rolling around things. If you walk, it's a little easier. Ugh. Second key is in the principal's office. The black mage there. Black mage is pretty cool. The third one is in the instrument shop. Okay, we have all 3 keys. We go back to Diana. Just cutscenes. We need to talk to Chris. Maybe we do. Yeah, we gotta talk to Chris. Huh. In the basement? So Diana got turned to stone somehow. It's basically just a cutscene of mashing until we're done. And she's not stone anymore. So Alexander's gonna steal her core right in front of us. Ozil's gonna beat himself up. But yeah, once you rip the core out, they die. Two more story events. So we're gonna re-enter Geo. I haven't forgot to drop any. We're gonna drop 2 more. I forget to drop anything now. I'm gonna go to the jewelry store. Start fluorite. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Or am I? Yeah, jewelry store, jewelry shop. This is gonna be cool. It's gonna pop us over to the desert, but it's gonna be like a dreamy, be like a dreamy desert. It's gonna look a little bit different. I'm gonna give Niccolo money to warp us around the desert. Hope I remember how to do this. Talk to Niccolo 3 times. He's gonna charge us $200 every time. He's always taking money from us. This part can be hard because you gotta like not talk to the fish. 2. Little cactus hanging out. But as you can see, the desert is like grayscale. The cutscene here, and then I think we talked to El Azul. Yep. And there's 2 more Nick warps. We're gonna fight, guessed it, the Jewel Beast. You gotta have 2, 4, 6, 8. You gotta have $1,000 just to get through this area. So you're going to see an enemy here that you don't see very often. This might be the only place it is. It's either the only place or like one of two places where you can see a scorpion. So we're going to fight a scorpion. It's going to be pretty cool. We could skip Nick here, pretty sure. Alright, so same drill, try to counter-strike if we can. Do what you can, but you gotta be lined up correctly. If you're not, it's not gonna work. So part of the annoyance. All right. That was just horrible. So part of the annoyance is that when you get into battle, you're flashing, and you get your first counter-strike off because you don't have control of the character yet. Then I didn't line myself up right. Not lined up right. Yeah, we'll kill ya. Level 99 Jewel Boost. Alright, we just have one more story event. You always do Cage of Dreams and Legend of Mana last. Do Cage of Dreams to get the Sword of Mana. Once you place the Sword of Mana, you can do Legend of Mana, which is climbing the tree and fighting the Mana Goddess. But this is Teardrop Crystal coming up next. It's the last event of Yumi's storyline. And it's hard. It's been a while since I've done it, so I'm probably going to have to... Well, I understand the basics. It's going to be remembering where the rooms are. A bunch of jewel rooms, sapphire, topaz, etc. And you're going to have to collect gems from gems that you use. It's RNG, so we'll see. I'll explain it. So we're going to enter and leave home, which we'll often do. And down left, that's correct. Then we're going to go to Domina. Go to a place we never go, which is the church up here. Option 2. Option 1. Option 2, option 1. Option 2, 1. Try to leave. Pearl and Alice will show up. This, I can't remember if I remember how to do. It's gonna be mostly cutscenes. This starts Teardark Crystal. Black Pearl. It's fluorite setting in the bed. Can't remember what that sword's called, but that's a pretty cool sword. Imbued with something. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I think we just mash X. That I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. This little area of the desert is really pretty, like an oasis. See like a pool of water there that's kind of helps create the lush oasis. Okay, so we gotta pick someone with us to go to the, what's it called? I can't remember, Crystal City or something like that. It looks like a birthday cake. I can't wait till we drop the artifact. It's really cool. But it's the Jimmy staff. You drop the Jimmy staff and then you enter, and that'll be the final event of the story. Got the Jimmy staff, and we're gonna have to pick either Pearl or El Azul, and we're gonna pick El Azul. I can't remember why. It's probably less text. Oh no, it's because Pearl's so slow. It would probably be because Pearl's so slow. I don't want to overmash. Alright, so El Azul's gonna come with, and now we can drop the Jimmy's. Where do we drop it? Drop it. Oh. So first we have to place the trembling to the right. Now I guess we place the Jimmy staff above Geo. It says one up left. Double check that on the map. Yeah, that's right. And then we place the Sword of Mana to the left of Geo. Alright, so here's where refreshers. Got 2 artifacts left on the board, but we don't drop them. Just need 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Never mind. We need 15 to get. I guess you just need 18 artifacts to get the Sword of Mana. Jeweled City. Cool, looks like a birthday cake. Here we go. See if I remember how to do this. I've got the guide pulled up. I've got the run pulled up. But yeah, there's an optimal way to do this. So I should do. Music's really nice here. We'll go left first and we'll go into Sapphire Ring. Basically, you have to fight an enemy in all these rooms, and when you're done fighting them, you can pick up the jewel. Spin seems to work. probably go left. Yeah, I did power cancel. Okay. Hit up Topaz. Sure, we'll come back to you like when you play FF7 and Cloud rides his motorcycle. Once you get going, it all comes back to you. So true. That's a great part. I like the music part too. Right, and then we'll come here. See, there's two places there to drop jewels. Drop a jewel here and a jewel here. First you have to fight a jewel beast. But it could be one of 4. Whatever jewels are on this level. We're going to also pick up the emerald. I'm just going to do a blammo because these dudes are super strong. Should one-shot everything. Pick up the emerald. I don't know what this last one is. The ruby, probably. Now we can go, like I said, it's RNG. So, it could be it could be any combination. We're gonna yeah, we have to talk to the door. Yep. You gotta talk to the door first. Fight a jewel beast. Gotta get a counter strike. Now we can try to open the door. Thing is, every time you do that, you need to go replenish what you used. However, there's this thing called skipping jewels where you can save a ton of time if you take a chance, be like, I'm not gonna need these jewels, and just continue up the tower. So anyways, that's something people do. You know, it's called 3-gem skip. It's crazy. I've done diamond skip before. I've never tried to skip the other two. I'll show you guys what I mean. They're red and green. Can you check the door? Only one of them. We don't know which one. So we're going to switch it out. So we know that red works. Oh, it wasn't red, it was blue. So, dang. Okay, so it was blue-green. So, blue-green. I've already forgotten. Okay, so green here and blue's on the other side. You gotta remember where the jewels are so you pick them up optimally. I can't remember. Topaz, so it might have been faster to get. big circle. You can go either way. Now we go back and we can enter the door. Now I can't remember which way to go. Optimal. So on my speed run, it was blue again. Oh, cool. You go up the stairs, go left, hit up Aquamarine. So since the enemies are level 99, they can drop some pretty cool swords and whatnot. I guess there's only 2 gems on this level. Amethyst. I think that's it. Let's double check, but so the gem skips would be like, okay, after I figure out what these are, I'm gonna go up another level and hope I don't need them. So first we gotta talk to the door. That was pretty good. That's how quickly you can kill him. So let's see what we need. Red. Only one of those worked. So, still don't know which one it is. None, it's only one. Oops. I mean, I'm really bad at this. Okay, so the red one's on the bottom floor. So it's both of the ones on this floor and the red one from the bottom floor. And you can see that it's there. If we didn't use it, it wouldn't be there. So it's aquamarine, amethyst, and ruby. Now we have to go downstairs, which go this way. Red was to our left. Okay. Okay, the only gem on this floor is the diamond. You could do diamond skip. So let's try to do diamond skip. I'll show you guys what it would look like. That would be me saying, I'm not going to need the diamond. I'm going to take a chance. Say, I'm going to need every... At this point, you don't have to go pick up gems anymore. Because once you open this door, you head towards the final boss. So I could take a chance and say, I don't think I'm going to need the diamond. Or I hope I don't need the diamond to open the door. And you save however many seconds it would take to get the... It's called diamond skip. So most people do diamond skip. But of course, if you don't get it right, then you gotta go turn around and go get it again. So it's a chance. Take all RNG. No way to know. We go back. Actually, guess we go this way. The door's up. Yeah. Talk to the door to fight the Jewel Beast. So if we don't get it right, we gotta go back and get the diamond. That was a perfect fight. That's what you want to do. You want to attack it and then make it hit you so that you can do counter strike. Alright, let's see if we can get it. Two of those are correct. Wasn't the blue. Huh. Three of them. We may need the diamond. So It's looking like we're needing the diamond. And so if we change this, change the 3. We need the amethyst. We need the amethyst and okay. Guessing that means if I change this, it should still be 3. Yeah. So we need the diamond. So we're just gonna change the yellow one. So we missed diamond skip. There's a chance we took, and we didn't get it. So we'll place the diamond. Put this where the yellow is. That's what diamond skip is. You didn't get it. So if I put the diamond right here, it should open the door. But some people do the 3 gem skip. They go for it. And I don't know what the percentage of rarity it is. That information's out there. So we're gonna fight 2 really cool bosses. You can counter-strike this boss if it whips its tail at you. I should just go for power cancel. I don't know if you can counter-strike this next thing. It's on the space whale, like Lord of the Jewels 1000. I think that was Lord of the Jewels 999, and then Lord of the Jewels 1000. But it's a cool looking whale enemy. Of course, Elazul totally fucks it up for us. Horrible. That was horrible. Elazul bit the dust. I'll need a lot of practice on these bosses. I don't think you get any experience for this. That's the Jumi run. Yeah, and then you don't have to mash here. This is a good opportunity to go to the bathroom, get something to drink. So it looks like someone just did a speedrun and posted it. New run is waiting for verification. So, cool. So, Soulblade 128 just submitted a Jumi run in Japanese. Well, I guess it's fastest in Japanese. Makes me wonder if I should change, if I can even change, and I don't think I can. But yeah, if you're just doing Jumi by itself, I think you pick the Japanese language, it's faster. But if you start in English, because Japanese isn't fastest for all the categories. So if you start Fairy in English, which I think is the fastest language, you got to play all three of these stories in English, I think, because you never go to the main menu. The main, actually, you do. Huh? I'll have to ask. Bonus about that. Oh, but it's already been verified by me. So yeah, Soulblade just submitted it. Fun. Very nice. And like we already know how to do the last two events, but I guess we'll just finish it out. So if you're like gonna watch full ending cutscene, but yeah, first no, now we gotta go home. Get it to get Cage of Dreams to happen. Enter home and leave. Once when we come in, there should be a bunch of sproutlings. That's how you know you're gonna get Cage of Dreams. Yeah, to get Cage of Dreams to happen, you enter your house and leave. Butter and Lisa are in there now because we did little sorcerers. perfect double spin there would be plenty. Both of it. I'm gonna do, I don't know, spin works here. I'll probably do a blend. And you just place the sword above Hum. Ooh, so that's what you do. Oh yeah. Yeah, very long day. I was up at 6 this morning. Oh no! Never do what I just did. Never venture past trigger that battle. Never go for Counter Strike there because I didn't realize one hit, one and done. Never do what I just did, exactly. You probably could make one that's like all the huge mistakes that you're gonna totally regret. Wow, that tree's a tank. Yeah, things that'll make you cry while playing Legend. Dragon steak. Candy bar. Alright, here we go. This is it. This is the end of the run. Cool, and then, like, yeah, you guys want to watch this really cool cutscene? And that's it. That's all she wrote. Nick is probably my favorite character because he's a bunny, but he reminds me of a cat, and he's actually based off of that cat character in Secret of Mana that sells goods. I'm such a fan of cats. Even though he's like greedy, he's kind of funny. It's like in a funny way. Yeah, Nicola is my favorite. I like his sprite. I like the way he looks. He looks friendly. Like a bunny or a cat that I would want to pet. I also like Little Cactus. I also like Sahagin. Yeah, because isn't he called Nico? Isn't the cat called Nico in Secret of Mana? Nico? Yep. Yeah, big fan of animals. Mainly cats. Cats are way at the top, number one. Exactly, Nico or Nico, exactly. Yeah, so that's what he morphed into. Oh, but I like Dana a lot because she's a cat demi-human. She's a pretty girl. Basically like bipedal cat. Bipedal cat woman. Kinda like Nico. But I think Nico's probably, but I'm not sure. Yeah. In Magical Vacation, there is Feline, F-E-L-I-N, and they're bipedal cat people too. I love games with cats. Most RPGs do have a cat. Dragon Quest has cats. Mana games have cats. Final Fantasy definitely has some cats. I like in Final Fantasy IX, there's a lot of cats. You could talk to them and they'll meow at you. Yeah, she's got that tail. She totally acts. Yeah, her body language. 100%. But there's a cat when you wake up in your house. And I think, well, there's a cat that you can bring back to the owner. There's a bunch of cats in Chrono Trigger. I didn't know this, but there's like several cats that you can collect. And I think they all end up at your house. Could be wrong about that, but I think I just read that. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, if you talk to some of the cats, I'm playing Dragon Quest IX casually right now. Some of the cats say purr, some of them say meow. Birds you can talk to. Like a horse you could talk to. Alright, well, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Tyler, it was good to see you. Yeah, you and Retro. We'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a great night.